two veterans, Dick Allen, Sean Rash. Next Sunday on Fox, it'll be the CP3 PBA Celebrity Invitational. T.O., Mookie Betts, J.J. Watt, and it's going to be a great, great afternoon for you. Well, I can't wait to get to this. Apparently, we found some video from the dark ages. This week's Go Bowling with Randy, those pesky corner pins.
You know, I get asked all the time how to make a 10-pin or how do I make a 7-pin, and it's really not that tough if you practice just a little bit. So for a 10-pin for a right-hander, you move as far left as you can, go cross lane at the 10-pin, nice and straight and firm and direct. Even using a plastic spare ball is going to help because that plastic ball is not going to read the oil pattern. Just the opposite for the left-handers. Some of the greatest spare shooters of all time, Norm Duke, Walter Ray, Pete Weber, they all use this same technique. If you're ever at the Kegel Training Center, you can practice on the torch. This is going to get you to be real accurate when shooting corner pins. Now, if you ever leave the 7 and the 10 pin together, well, just make it like I made it.
Wait a minute. Seriously? All right, here are the guys who have actually made it in real life. Mark Ross, John Musson, Jess Taybrook. Wait a minute.
That was real life. It just wasn't on the PBA Tour.
Dude.
It was actually a skills tournament that we shot. It was either in Madison, Wisconsin or Milwaukee. And this skins game, and it was all splits. And neither of the three of us, Mark Bedell, Curtis Odom, and myself, thought we had any chance of bouncing any pin out. So instead of the 7-10 being the 10th frame, we moved it to the 9th frame, and I made it.
Oh, that crept along and crept along, plus the bleach blonde hair. Come on. Coming up, our championship, Sean Rash.
You know, both players, I think, throw it fairly similar as well. Similar rev rates. I think the biggest difference is Dick Allen can get softer with his ball speed, much more so than Sean Rash can. But they can both play the same part of the lane and play those same angles.
We're handshaking, so make sure you're up here. Let's go. Well,
Was this the first time the higher seed has chosen not to start the match?
The first match where the higher seed has chosen to finish on the left lane. Very interesting.
Well, Dick Allen owned the left lane last game.
See how this strategy plays out for Sean Rash, who now has to finish on the left lane.
Well, he had everything going for him last week, along with Matt Ogle, winning the Roth-Holman PBA Doubles Championship. And we'll take our first look at the tournament leader from Montgomery, Illinois, the 36-year-old, 13-time titleist, owner of 2 majors, Sean Rash, who's had success out of the #1 position before. Both his major championships were won out of the #1 seed.
He's won on both of these oil patterns.
Something caught him. Somebody was moving in the bleachers to his left, and I actually see the guy.
Yeah.
that was not my fault. He was at the bar.
And Sean's right. Actually, that is not his fault. I think that gentleman has settled, so Sean will try again. I was about to say, this is Sean's 63rd. Quiet 10.
And like I said earlier, he's won on both patterns, both Wolf and Scorpion. Scorpion a couple of times. New mindset for him. He's got a chip on his shoulder. He says he feels like he's been written off. I said, what was your key this week? He said, aggressiveness. Be aggressive.
We take a look at his form here. Form has brought him 13 championships.
One of the things he's changed about the last year and a half was he added that little half a step there to get him started. A little bit late into the swing, but then for a big man, he takes very small steps until he gets to #4. Typically what we see is we see that third step a bit longer, the fourth step shorter. So this is a little more old school. I was exactly the same way.
And he broke up it seemed like a dozen disasters there and is left with just the one pin standing on the deck.
The question in my mind is, did he choose to finish on the left lane because he liked the left lane better, or was because to slow Dick Allen down? When a man shoots 278, he pretty much likes both lanes. So I'm going with Sean likes the left lane.
Good start.
So you see what Allen did in match number 3. Hanging by that gutter, and that did not come back. And the spare got a little bit easier there for him, but still a tricky one. This is really close.
Well, this is on the half board and went into the right gutter. He's lucky that it stayed on the lane, and he'll take 7 spare and move along quietly.
And pats himself on the back for making a difficult spare. Dick Allen's first title to go back early in the century. He won the PBA Extra Frame main shootout last year.
His last televised title, though, was in 2011.
Yep.
Been a long time for this guy here.
That's more like it.
Beauty. I was going to say it's been a long time for this young man, but that's only because I've known him for so long. He's no longer young. Beautiful shot here.
Two-time All-American at Wichita State, hence the black and yellow for Sean Rash.
That was a beauty there. Over 20 miles an hour of ball speed. That's fast. And I think average 17 and a half, 18. Sean Rash is bringing the heat on the right lane as we take one more look at his footwork. Real short first 3 steps and that big long fourth and really long slide.
Shot. Come on.
9 spare in the left lane. In the second frame. Lock there. And a big mix-up, and down they go. A double for Rash. That'll make Mom and Dad, Gene and Diana, very, very happy.
First ball went high on that lane. He gave it a little bit more loft to lay that hook.
Should mention that Sean's wife, Sarah, and the daughters, Kaylee and Olivia, they are home watching this one. For Dick Allen on that lane this time, and he's answering right back.
I'm far away, bub. Far away.
Yeah, he is a funny guy, great character, but you're right. There's
unreal.
An eternal toughness in there.
Yeah, I mean, when you know him personally, you know just how funny and creative and clever he is. If you didn't know him, you would swear he was a hitman, maybe, or maybe a starring in a hitman movie with Jude Law or something.
I thought maybe he would get a little slip through there, but he eliminated the 4-7 and is left with the 4. Our hosts here, the managing partners of South Plains Lanes, we can't thank Jimbo and Sunday Evans enough for all the hospitality, which has been, well, Texas-sized.
Yeah, I've known Jimbo for a long time. Used to bowl on tour with him back in the day, and he's one of the best proprietors we have, and we're lucky to have him. We're lucky to have him as a host, and his wife and Richard and their whole crew. They do a nice job, and they love the bowlers here. They love having the PBA Tour come to Lubbock.
Same thing as first frame.
Rash working a double. His arsenal, vintage vapor zone and cutting edge solid, the two he's used so far in this game. And the higher number means a little more hook to it.
That's the cutting edge solid. And it cut right through the nose, leaving the pocket 410.
That was a good shot. Paid the penalty. Good shot.
Is he being sarcastic, or does he believe it was a good shot?
He believes it was a good shot. He's going to try to get the ball over to the left side of the 4-pin and slide it over.
Got a chance. No. Well, he went.
It was close.
All in on that.
Yep.
Good shot.
And falls behind by 13.
Get off your hand. Let's do it again.
First shot on this left lane was high. He lofted it and went light. Let's see if he can make it face up the right way.
Boy, broke up a bucket and winds up with just 1 pin left on the deck.
Made the move. Wasn't the right one. Shot.
Looked like it was right down lane in terms of break point. He was right around that 9.5 board.
Ball didn't clip the 5-pin at all. Sean would go straight and hard to eliminate and get the spare. Stay within 13 pins. By the way, this match being brought to you without interruption.
Good shots.
By the way, if we had a little after dark match, if we turned out the lights and went outside the sanction of the National Wrestling Alliance and maybe put $5 in a pot, we could have some great bowling here. You look around the room, not forgetting my Hall of Fame partner here. We got some real talent watching this match. Watching 2 great bowlers. Dick Allen flush in the 6th. We've seen Matt O'Grady on camera. Kelly Kulik is here. Dave Wadka.
He's chased that right lane in just a pinch now. Remember that one shot he got a little bit to the right and it barely stayed on the lane, so he's bumped in just a half a board trying to get away from that OB to the right. Of course, another half inch, he would have gotten 0 on that shot. That's how close to the edge he's playing.
Look out here.
Same hit. Same hit that Sean Rash left on the right lane.
Richard.
Now the question is, does he go for it? If he goes for it and misses both pins, he'll be trailing.
So what's
If he goes for one, he'll still have a small lead.
so the idea? You go just take the one, or go for it. Go for it. Well, he did go for it. That's actually not surprising.
You go for it.
Yeah.
You want to win a title, you go for it. It's just a 1-pin difference. He's either up by a pin or he's down by a pin.
In this case, he is up by 1. Time for our Columbia 300 fun fact. South Plains Lanes has hosted a PBA event, either PBA Tour or PBA Southwest region, every year since 2011. And Jacob Butterf won the 2019 Southwest region event here just last weekend for his 20th PBA regional title. Finishing second, Sean Rash.
Sorry, I thought you were asking me.
No, we did. We nailed it perfectly. Yeah, no,
we are so harmonizing just beautifully today. That time, Sean Rash's mind and body were perfectly synced as he delivers 10 back on the right lane.
Well, now a little pressure on Allen as he has to sit and watch Rash on that left lane.
Stuff at the bottom of the swing to get it to come around the corner, and it almost looked like it rolled out before it got to the 1-3 and just caves in the 7-10 late. Watch this. Yeah.
Dick Allen has no choice but to strike, and the messenger failed him.
Well, that time it certainly didn't deliver, and he needed it to, as Sean Rash doubled up quickly. Good shot here by Dick Allen as the pin goes behind the 10.
He'll clip that 10 pin, so Mike Edwards, our scorekeeper, is reminding us that Sean Rash's max is 233, Allen 214. We also remind you, we've got some hoops coming up. Little Big Ten action on FS1. Iowa ranked 19th against Minnesota.
Come on.
So Allen has not struck since the 6th. And that 9 doesn't seem right.
That's
you
not
know,
my
even
music.
though mathematically it just
terrible.
feels worse than that.
Come on.
With Rash working a double. Thought he had it.
Again, another high shot on that left lane.
But look how close that matches up with the ideal line.
Made that move.
Well, you heard him say, I should have made that move. Sean Rash made the big move after one shot on that left lane. I think Dick Allen stayed home longer than he should have. And now he needs help. Max score 203 for Dick Allen. Sean Rash right now is at 203. He's working on a double. Strike here in the 9th in a clean 10th frame. Sean Rash wins title number 14.
And will win in back-to-back weeks. Doubles last week with Matt Ogle and Shawnee. And then a singles title here. And a little announcement to the rest of the tour as we get set for major championships in February. As he got a little tape issue. Sean Rash is ready to be a full participant in all activities. Dick Allen is not out of it yet.
Take your time.
But he's going to need a mistake.
With the lanes being as demanding as they are, it's not over until it's over. Anything can happen.
Just flush 10 away, as Sean Rash just did in the foundation frame.
Well, I'm not sure you can throw it any better than that. Sean Rash is going to take a re-rack on the left lane, but this is about as perfect as it gets. He said he was going to try a softer hand and rolling it up the back of the ball, creating more end-over-end roll on that hooking right lane, and that's exactly what he did there.
Mom and Dad, more nervous than Sean, I promise you.
Any mark. Strike, it's over. Any spare, it's over. The lane he picked to finish on.
Right, just a little bit of work left for Sean.
Good shot.
If he makes this, he wins it.
Great shot. Nice for something with the retention. Oh no.
And if he doesn't make it, Dick Allen has a chance.
Oh God, Sean, what did you just do?
Too much gets in the way sometimes of what we're trying to do, and we start thinking about things we shouldn't. We lose a little bit of focus, and that's all it takes. And a spare that a professional makes 95% of the time.
But this is no lock for Dick Allen because he's got work to do. He needs the double. He needs 2 and 8. And it won't happen.
Hang on.
Oh, it will! He's still alive!
Not so fast, my friend.
Thank you, Coach. You are correct, sir. Wow.
Hang on.
That was the slowest messenger in the history of this sport.
Well, rolling the 2-pin, I'm not sure we call that a messenger. You can. I would call this one of the best breaks in my career if it goes on to equal a victory, but this has gotten absolutely crazy. Dick Allen, 1 strike and 8 pins away from title number 6.
But anything less than a strike on this ball, and it's not going to happen for him.
On the lane that was his friend for 2.5 games now looks a little tricky. How about it? I said 2.5, I meant a game and a half. And
all right, now
he needs 8.
8 to win. 7 gets us a roll-off. Anything less than 7, and Sean Rash wins it.
Oh, he gave this one away.
Great shot.
Come on.
About as crazy a finish as you will see all year. 8 or better, he wins it.
Look out.
He got the 8.
Wow.
It went right down to the absolute nub.
Super proud of you.
Oh, my God.
Great bowling.
I don't know what happened.
Enjoy it.
Dick Allen has won his 6th career Go Bowling PBA Tour title, and he will never forget it. But unfortunately, neither will Sean Rash. Let's get right to our champion standing by with Kimberly Pressler.
Dick, there is a whole lot of emotion going on right now for you. Walk me through that last frame.
Momentum always gains advantages. Always, that's it. I mean, you saw that momentum right there in the first shot in the 10th, and you made a good shot right after that.
Now you
got
were
a little lucky on the last one.
He did, but you know what? You were in full command of these lanes coming into this because you seemed to figure out both of these patterns. How was that?
Sometimes you just do your own game and things work out.
Now, this is the first time you've been on a TV final since 2011. What does it mean to you to be back in the winner's circle?
Look at it. It's everything. It means everything.
And that look says it all. Congratulations to Dick Allen.
Nice.
Absolutely impossible to believe finish in this match. Sean Rash needed to convert a 10-pin, and he would have locked Dick Allen out. And then Dick Allen needed 2 strikes and 8 pins. He got a strike that nobody can believe still. Then he flushed one, Randy, and then he got the 8 and wins it by a pin.
Well, it's incredible the way things